Now it's time for you to experiment. What materials do you have around the house? Do you have Elmer's glue? Well, here's a piece of art that I made with Elmer's glue that I peeled off my skin. I first made a skeleton structure out of glue rolled into long strands, and then covered it with sheets of glue I peeled off my hands. You can even see my handprints. In another piece, I crocheted long strands of glue that I'd rubbed off my skin. Alright, now let's try making some glue skin. First, take some Elmer's glue and make sure it's a school glue formula because the extra strength formula gets too brittle. And then make a quarter-sized dollop of glue in the center of your hand. Just like that. Next, rub your hands together until the glue is evenly spread across your palms. And now you just have to wait for it to dry completely. To speed this up, you can put your hands in front of a fan. And when the glue is completely dry, I add a second layer of glue. And the reason why I do this is it makes a thick enough sheet that you can peel off in a single piece. So do the same thing that you did before. Rub the glue together on your palms until it's evenly spread, and then let it dry. Alright, now comes the fun part, peeling it off your skin. You have to do this really carefully using your fingernails and just do it slowly and gently until the glue starts to peel off. Now it takes kind of a long time, so I'm just going to speed up the process for you here. You can see it's starting to come off, and you just peel it off gently. And here it is. Now I just want to pause for a second and say that if you have a dog or a cat or any other pets, it's best to keep these little sheets of glue away from them. Because as I discovered, some dogs really like to eat glue. So my dog Ella, who I'm showing a picture of here, decided to sneak downstairs in the middle of the night and go grab these sheets of glue and eat them for a midnight snack, like potato chips. So make sure you keep them in a drawer or somewhere where pets can't reach them. Alright, now let's attach these little sheets of glue to a piece of paper. Here I'm using a sheet of vellum, just by dipping my finger in some water and then painting it onto the paper. And now I'm just going to press the sheet of glue gently onto the paper, and it'll stick because basically you're wetting the glue and making it sticky again. Now I'm taking another sheet. This one got a little bit mangled when I peeled it off my skin. Don't worry if the glue sheets aren't in a single piece. It's actually really hard to get it to come off in a single piece. But you know, I think it can look really nice if you kind of crumple it up or have little pieces of glue, kind of bunch it up like that, and then just glue it onto the piece of paper. And here's an example of what you can make. Here's a close-up. Alright, let's try something different now. What else do you think you might have lying around the house? How about sheets of newspaper ads that you just get in the mail? So I'm going to take a piece of this ad paper and then tear it into about 1 inch wide strips. Just like that. You don't have to be super exact, just tear it into some strips, like I'm showing here. And then open them up and then crumple them up in your hands. Crumpling the paper makes it much easier to do the next step that we're about to do. So just take a few pieces, crumple them up into your hands. And then now what we're going to do is take a sheet or take a strip of paper and then start twisting it. Twist it in the same direction over and over and over again until it starts feeling kind of tense. So you'll feel that the paper is starting to resist you and want to spring back to untwist itself. When you start feeling it get tense, bend it a little bit and you'll feel it kind of kink in a spot, and it will start to twist in the opposite direction. The two strands will twist in the opposite direction. This is what you want, because you know what we're going to make? We're going to make rope. That's right, rope out of old newspaper. So just keep twisting the strands. Once you've twisted one strand, Hold it and prevent it from untwisting by putting it between two of your fingers that you're not using to twist. Then twist the other strand, and then take the whole rope and twist it. Now I'm going to speed it up a little bit because it takes a long time to make this. You can see, now I've reached the end. What do you do? Here's how you join one strip to the next. Just place the second strip on top at the end of the first one, and then just start twisting. It's that easy. You just keep going like you've done before. One of the cool things is that a strip of this paper is really fragile. If you pull on it, it rips really easily. But a rope made of the same material is really strong. You can tug on it, and it doesn't rip. And here I've made a really thick rope out of 16 strips of newsprint. This rope is super, super strong. What I really like about it is that you can see what went into making it. You can see the individual twists and all the ends of paper that went into making it.